Hey guys, welcome back to the Comic Book Lowdown. I'm Wellington. This is a super weird setup that, for whatever reason, I keep on changing where I do my videos, um, especially since I lost my tripod for my phone. So now I'm just setting my phone up on objects to hold it up, and this is like super weird to have this table showing. But anyways, I might as well get to the video because it's probably going to be a long one. Definitely check out the timestamps that are going to be below because I'm mixing my haul and my reviews from last week. I was super busy over the whole weekend. Just finished reading my books now. I'm going to try to make the reviews short, seeing as how there's 5 books to review and I have to do my haul. And also, I've been reading these books over a couple days, so my memory is hazy on some of the books. So I'll try to do them quick, but definitely timestamps below. Skip to the reviews you want to do, and also skip to the haul. Sorry, I got a text message, and I was reading it. Anyway, so I'll just start with the reviews first. You can skip to the haul. I'll have that linked. But first book, Outcast, issue number 3. This issue was kind of setting things up for next issue. Not much progressed. At the start of this book, we get kind of another demon encounter with another family or group of people that it so happens that this demon has kind of affected a detective, I think it's detective. And so, we're left with that. Then we switch over to the main characters and we see Kyle, the main character, kind of coming back around. He's feeling a little better about himself after whatever happened in the last issue. He's just in better spirits. Whereas the priest is definitely going through hard times. I guess we're introduced to him having had a falling out with his son and him not being there for his son for either just being gone or maybe emotionally distant or something. I don't know. They didn't get too deep into it, but we see that there's some drama there with the priest, and it's kind of putting him in a depression that he is coming out of with religion. And then there's an encounter with that mysterious kind of demon figure of a person between him and Kyle's ex-wife and child and his daughter, and he's kind of stalking them, but in the scene he's in, he kind of makes it seem like he's a good guy. So there's definitely things being set up for the next issue and further issues. This is issue 3, so 3 more issues pretty much should finish off this arc. But the way things are going, I expect them to get really intense starting with the next issue, so the second half of this story. And I'm actually really excited, even though there wasn't much to happen in this book. Next book, Black Science, issue number 8. This book was also really cool for action. In the last issue, Pia and Nate, they kind of fell off a cliff while Kadir was trying to save them, even though they felt that Kadir was trying to kill them after they believed that he killed their dad. But whatever. They fell off a cliff, and I'm drawing a blank because it's been a while since I read this. Oh yeah, and then we kind of get to know Nate a little more as he uses some of his experience fighting off bullies in his school to fight off these monsters that are attacking them. Seems kind of over, kind of not too realistic, but at the same time, who cares? Because it was really cool. And I didn't want the character to die, so that's good. And then we just see a lot of drama between Kadir and the rest of the crew, kind of hating him for being, well, just kind of hating him because he's a jerk, pretty much. I don't want to give too much away because I know people who have just gotten the trade of this. So I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to give away anything that happens in the first arc. So yeah, Black Science issue number 8 was pretty cool. And they found like another time travel jumper who was this praying mantis creature, and or there's a story about him, but not too much happened in that issue, to be honest. The next book I have here was a book that really surprised me, and it's really bittersweet because now it's another book that I'm keeping on my pull, and which is great because it means another book I can read, but it also sucks because that means it's another book that I'm buying, and I want to cut down on books, not keep picking up books. But this is Low, issue number 2. The first issue really did not impress me, and I was going to drop it. I wasn't going to pick up this issue, but I heard a lot of big talk about it, so it's like, fine, I'll go ahead and I'll give it a try. Gave it a try. The second page of this is so, like, extreme, like, erotic, and it was like punched me in the face with how kind of straightforward it was. Definitely hardcore sex scene in the start of this book, and it's kind of funny because it's supposed to be this really elegant thing, but it's all just an imagination of what's really happening, which is the son, I believe his name was Marcus, something like that. Just let me remember his name. Oh, Merrick. Merrick is the son that didn't go with the family underwater in the first issue, so he didn't kind of die or get kidnapped or anything. His mom survived as well. The dad didn't survive, and the two sisters are still missing 10 years later, which this book takes place 10 years later. And Merrick is some kind of police officer, kind of corrupt, and is having sex with a prostitute, and then things escalate to where he gets put into a deep situation where people do die, and he kind of is in a really bad situation where his mom is just, being really optimistic, yet she doesn't know what's happening to him. And so it kind of makes for this cool dynamic that's happening. And I really didn't do super justice to it, but I did read this book first, and I did read it a couple days ago, so I can't remember that much, and I want to keep this review short. So that was Low, issue number 2. I got 2 more books to review, and then I can show you guys my haul. This next book, getting to Marvel now, and this is Thunderbolts issue 30. One of my favorite covers of the week, and this issue goes over kind of it was weird how much I really liked this issue, because it was really a weird kind of lovey-dovey relationship issue between Elektra and the Punisher, and that's really weird because of the characters that they are, and it kind of showed how their relationship kind of flourished through killing and things like that, which is really morbid. And at the same time, the situation that Frank finds himself in, where he feels like he has to take down Elektra and like kill her or do something because of his crusade against the Thunderbolts, and how he's already taken out Deadpool, Ghost Rider, and Red Leader. Whoa. Oh, sorry. There's like a bend in my bag, and there's a bend in my board on Low issue number 2, and I thought the comic was bent too, but it's not. So, got super distracted there. But anyways, Thunderbolts issue 30, to keep it short and simple, weird kind of like for me, just because of how relationship oriented it was. I do like those kind of things, but between these two characters, it definitely worked, but at the same time, it was just weird to see. And by the end of this, it's weird to see that the Punisher breaks up with Elektra in kind of a high schoolish way. Not high school, but just, how you would break up with somebody by breaking up with them. And that was kind of weird to see from the Punisher. But anyways, Thunderbolts issue 30. It was pretty good, actually. Which I'm happy to say, because I used to hate Thunderbolts. And then the final book is Amazing Spider-Man issue 1.4, this Learning to Crawl story. If you're not a huge Spider-Man fan, or even if you just like Spider-Man, you don't have to buy this book. And I definitely would say that just to not buy this book, because it's just added story. It changes nothing to the origin. It's just added story to it, which is cool if you're a huge Spider-Man fan like me. But if you're not, it's not a must buy. And but if you're like me and you buy every Spider-Man book, you probably are already buying this one. But this issue was cool because it puts Spider-Man up against the Clash again, or Clash, and it has Peter losing. Throughout this whole issue, Peter is kind of, he's taken the with great power comes great responsibility thing, and he's put a twist on it where he's like, yes, I have these great powers, and my responsibility is to help my family by taking pictures as Spider-Man. So by selling pictures, he's helping his family, he's helping him and Aunt May live. Therefore, he's using his powers responsibly to make money in a way that nobody's getting hurt. And, it's kind of productive, really. So that's kind of how he's taken this great power comes great responsibility thing. And everything seems to be going right for him until he gets kind of outed for, I don't want to get too deep into it, but the Parker luck, I'll just explain it as, kind of hits him, and everything kind of crumbles. He's alienated again, and then it's all because of a fight that he has with Clash as Spider-Man, and the kind of things that he has to do to prepare for that fight. And even though he subsequently loses the fight, and by the end of this, the end of the book really hit me in a way. I was like, wow, that's like, I never thought that how hard it would be for Peter to start being Spider-Man, to get the jump onto being Spider-Man, and how hard that would be to learn how to be kind of a superhero. And so, especially when everything's going wrong. So I thought that was cool what they did for that. And the next issue is going to be the last issue. Cool little mini-series with amazing covers. And yeah. So, well, the reviews were super long. So I'm just going to blow through the haul. So hopefully you're not watching the whole video because it's going to be long. So I've got 5 books today, 1 DC and 4 Marvel. I'm a sucker for doing this, for buying this book. I wasn't going to buy it, and then I was like, hey, just buy it. So I bought the Green Arrow Future's End issue, the 3D cover as well, or the holographic cover that says like here lies Oliver Queen, and then has, I guess I love the end stories like Marvel does. So if this is anything close to that, then I'll enjoy it. But again, I wasn't enjoying Green Arrow a huge amount anyways, under Jeff Lemire. So I don't know how much I'm gonna like this book. And then to the Marvel books, I got Original Sin issue number 8. This is the final issue of an amazing event that I definitely recommend for everybody to read, if you're a Marvel fan, that is. And that's kind of cool to have a bunch of Watchers on the front. I like that cover, and Daredevil's on it, and Daredevil's awesome, so that's also cool. I like bit dead skin off my lip. That's weird. This book I'm excited to read and scared to read. And this is Moon Knight issue number 7. Let's see how Brian Wood does on the writing with Greg Smallwood. With Greg Smallwood on the art. This is a Declan Shalvey cover, so really minimal, but still so awesome. And it's hard to see in this light, but there's a little more than just what you can see. But it's still very minimal, but still very awesome. I've seen the art. They're definitely trying to keep the same feel for it, and they definitely have it in the color palette with Jordi Belair doing the colors still. But I don't know what it was about Declan Shalvey's art that made it so just dynamic. But hopefully the story is really good. I hear Brian Wood's keeping with the kind of one and done stories, which hopefully will save him if one issue is kind of off or another issue is kind of off. You know, there are one and done stories, but I think he's going to keep to a larger theme as a whole. So each story will kind of be a one and done, but adding to a little bit more of the Moon Knight world and to the supporting characters that we were introduced to in the first issue that really never got touched upon again in the rest of the Warren Ellis run. And then, of course, in any one of my hauls, I have to have a bunch of Spider-Man related titles. So here's Superior Foes of Spider-Man issue number 15. I love this book. It's got great covers to it, great humor to it, and Boomerang is actually flicking off everybody, and then we have kind of this box with the the creative team, the credits or whatever you want to call it. I love this book. They're actually all flicking. Every one of them is flicking us off. So that's very nice. Except for the dog, but that dog is super cute. And sticking with my Spider-Man theme, Spider-Man 2099 issue 3, not issue 2099. That would be really crazy. Spider-Man 2099 issue 3. This book is better than I thought it was going to be. I know it's only issue number 3, but issue number 2 really blew my mind on how good it was. And I know it's Peter David, and he's a great writer, but at the same time, I was kind of expecting this title to be another kind of Spider-Man cash grab, and I was still buying it, even though I had low hopes for it. And now it could be one of the better Spider-Man titles featuring Spider-Man. Yeah, so I don't know if it's better than Superior Foes or Ultimate Spider-Man, but it's definitely really good. So anyways, that's it for the video. 20-minute video. I think that's kind of what I was expecting it to be. So anyways, I'm Wellington signing off for the Comic Book Lowdown. See you guys next time.